once that cannon gets up, then he's going to be okay. But this is just taking so much damage. I mean, just taking so much damage in terms of losing money time that this is really hurting him. What a great move by Luxury.
I mean, look at JangBi's main base, too. He hasn't even started his gas yet. He's so behind in tech, and if Luxury just puts down an extractor and goes for Mutalisk, there's no way that he can defend this at all. And so many probes going down. Finally, a Zealot out for JangBi, and now losing a lot of probes. Finally, JangBi did so well there, keeping his probes alive, and now that the Zealot was out, he almost kind of stopped caring and lost so many probes there. I think he would have almost still been in the game there after those. Well, yeah, but it was kind of stupid because he was almost still in the game there, but he just lost like 5 probes at the last second when I think he was doing such an excellent job defending him. And JangBi just played so slow, and he played so safe with his opening. I'm surprised to see him lose to a run by. He put down 3 cannons before gateway or gas, and there's the Spire out for Luxury. So I think even though the standard has been to go for 3 Hatch, Scourge into Hydras, I think that just because there's really no way that JangBi can defend this, he's not even going to have a Corsair out, let alone Dragoons, and he's going to pretty much rely on cannons, and I expect Luxury almost to just build 9 Mutalisks and kill him. I don't think there's really anything that JangBi can do to defend it. He's so far behind in tech.
No, I mean, JangBi pretty much has to go all in Mutalisk defense at this point if he wants to stop Mutalisks. I mean, even building 3 cannons in his mineral is not going to do anything, because Luxury is just going to be able to overpower 3 or 4 cannons with his Mutalisks, and then once he does, it's basically GG. The only thing that prevents Zerg from doing that normally is the threat that you're going to have an Archon, or that you're going to have a couple of Corsairs coming out soon. But since JangBi's tech is so behind and all he has to defend is cannons, I mean, cannons really are not very good defense against Mutalisks. If the Zerg just tries to sit there and overpower them, he can do that pretty easily. I mean, at the most, JangBi might have 1 Corsair out. I don't think he's even going to have the first Corsair out in time, so he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And 1 Corsair really doesn't do shit anyway. All it takes is one thing of Scourge, so 2 Scourges, and that Corsair is pretty much completely useless. He just has to run around and dodge the Scourge, while the Mutalisks have free reign to attack the cannon. So that's not going to help him a lot. He has to hope that... is Luxury even building Mutalisks? It doesn't look, he's got 1 egg warping there, 1 egg there. I think the Spire's finished already.
He just made us look really stupid.
Yeah, really. Now, you know what though? I think he made himself look stupid more than anyone. If he had built like 9 Mutalisks right now, he would win the game for sure. Would be a sure thing. So I mean, it's kind of actually lucky for JangBi. He caught a break there. He's not gonna lose the game right away. He would have for sure lost the game. At the most, he would have had 1 cannon up and maybe 1 Corsair. And there's no way that would have been able to hold 9 Mutalisks. So, yeah, JangBi actually getting a little bit lucky there, but he's definitely still behind in this game. I mean, just the fact that Luxury is macroing up is not necessarily that great for JangBi either. I mean, Luxury's economy, he's going to have such a huge economic advantage by the time the mid-game rolls around that JangBi's going to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, this game isn't over by any means. JangBi's still in it, but he's going to have a really tough time. It's going to be a totally uphill battle for him from this point.
Right, and the fact that you said JangBi pretty much has to go all in Mutalisk defense, I mean, he did. He put down, well actually no, only 1 cannon. Really I thought that pylon was a cannon. But he put down 2 Stargates there, so he's going to have some Corsairs, which makes me think he might go into a Sayer Reaver opening. And also, by the look of his Sim City, that's really unfriendly to units moving out. And there's the robotics facility. So a Sayer Reaver opening for JangBi, and this is really interesting because in order to, if you're behind early on into a Sayer Reaver opening, you need to do so much harassment just to come at an even game. And if you come out with an army and you get a couple storms and you get a 3rd base, it's possible. But with a Sayer Reaver opening, you just have to do so much damage. You have to get so many drones, and with a little lead that Luxury has goes a long way. He has lots of maneuvering room, lots of different things he can do, and he's going to have, 2 control groups of Hydras. He's going to have Scourge out. He's going to be completely ready for this attack, and this is going to take flawless micro for Luxury if he goes into this. But it looks like Luxury moving out and pincering JangBi's forces. He lost the Zealot there, and he's going to lose another Zealot. The cannon didn't defend it, and only it looks like 2 Zealots and 1 Dragoon. He might even die to these Hydralisks. He doesn't have anything to defend against this, and he's just making a bunch of Corsairs. If JangBi went for Reaver or Shuttle first and doesn't have a Reaver, he's not going to be able to defend this at all.
Well, I don't think Luxury's actually going to attack with the Hydralisks. Just because of the bridges there, there, it makes it really hard. Even though they wouldn't help JangBi too much in this situation, because he only has like one cannon in range of the bridges. I don't think Luxury's really realized that at this point. But, I mean, definitely attacking with Hydralisk is going to be a great option for him later on, because if JangBi loses a Reaver, or if he, you know, loses a shuttle, or if his thing is out of position, he's already so far behind that he's not going to be able to afford the luxury of having... Yeah, I just said luxury's not going to be able to afford to... Wow, actually he is going to go for a huge Hydralisk attack here, just waited for another group, and there's no way that JangBi's going to hold this. This is GG. Even if he gets a Reaver out at this point, he's done. So, I mean, no, that was a great job by Luxury. I would have been surprised if he... GG. I would have been surprised if he totally ignored that opening. I mean, Luxury is the kind of player that when he sees openings, he takes advantage of them. And that was a pretty quick game, and Luxury storming out to a 2-1 lead. So this has actually been really good for Luxury. I'm surprised at how well he's playing here, and JangBi's going to have to make a comeback. The pressure's on JangBi now. You know, it was a stupid mistake that put him in the position where he is, and I still think JangBi should feel good about what he can do in the mid game to the late game, but he just has to not let himself get caught off guard, not let himself get Zerglinged, basically, is the most important thing. I mean, you can't let the Zerg run by into your base.
Yeah, and just like you said, that game was pretty straightforward. I mean, he just ran some Zerglings by, JangBi really wasn't ready for it, he lost some probes, and it was really all downhill from there. And it's going to be tough for JangBi. I think he's going to be comfortable winning on Byzantium. I mean, not to say Luxury can't possibly win, but I think JangBi, out of all the maps, Byzantium is really his favorite here. And then going into Neo Harmony, which is going to be tough. So JangBi's really going to need to make sure he wins this next game, and then he's going to have a tough battle on Neo Harmony. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to the next game, and I'm ready to move on. So peace out, guys.
Peace out.